Good afternoon. This is Deb Amlen for the New York Times, and welcome back to Crosswords Live. I am here with my forever solving buddy, Sam Ezersky. Welcome back, Sam.
Forever, Deb. We're here. It's good to be
Absolutely.
back, everybody. Just us
Partners,
today.
partners in comulance.
Partners.
Yeah.
We're off. Not even 20 seconds today, huh?
No. I figured we'd get that one out of the way.
Exactly.
We are here to crush a puzzle all by our lonesome. Right?
Yeah.
It's us today, but that's okay because you know what? We're still putting our heads together and we're still helping each other out with the help of our viewers and
Our
David
solving
Scott Pierce.
conglomerate.
Yes,
Welcome.
we are here. Hello, David Scott Pierce. Nice to have you back. Like I said, this is an interactive solve. We are in it for everybody. So if you are watching and you would like to be part of the conversation, click on the grid on Twitter, I believe, or if you're watching on YouTube, just put your answers in the comments. And on Twitter, put your answers in the comments once you get to Periscope, which is how we broadcast, and join us because it's always better when you solve together.
Yeah. Also, like wrong guesses are accepted too. We
Absolutely.
just want guesses. It's more we get to talk about aside from ourselves.
We make mistakes all the time, don't we, Sam?
Oh yes.
Yes.
Oh,
So
yes. We're gonna make some mistakes today, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
It's a tricky puzzle.
It is a tricky puzzle. This one is, tell us a little bit about this one, Sam. Who's it by?
This is by Grant Thackray. And it's his 7th puzzle for the Times. It's his 3rd Thursday. We actually just had a Friday puzzle by him. I believe it was a month ago with some super fresh answers like lowercase I and boss battle. Totally up my alley. So yeah, he's got a very innovative trick for us. That's right. It's a trick.
We're gonna have to iron this one out.
We will have to iron this one out, indeed. There's lots of we may have a few hiccups, we'll say.
I think so. Yes, a little bit. Where was your gimme for this one, Sam? I don't remember.
I'm glad you bring it. We always talk about gimmies in the puzzles, right? No matter what day of the week it is, there's something
that's how you start.
For me, it had to be 14 across. Like that was one of those that I'm glad we went into as much explanation as we did for a Thursday in case you really don't know this answer, and it makes it that much harder to parse.
Yes.
But my goodness, I just needed Dr. Evil's little, and that was enough to tell me that the answer was Mini-Me. What a fun answer. That is
fun.
I like hearing Grant's voice in the puzzle.
And I'm glad the clue did offer that much support because sometimes you can parse things wrong and you can look at it and say, what's a minim?
What's a minime, right?
Yeah.
Here's another one. I mean, now that we have that E there, title with a tilde. I like that we're calling out that there's a tilde in this answer too.
Right, it's to make up for Anyo.
Or we're trying to call that one out too, or just call that a no from me, dog.
That's right.
But that's going to be Senora, the tilde over the N here. You'll just have to imagine it for the sake of American style crosswords, though we recognize it.
We don't. For some reason, we don't have the ability to put a diacritical mark in the puzzles themselves, even though we do acknowledge that Enye is a different letter. So sometimes we get into trouble with the word Anyo because Anyo without the tilde means something totally different. And we are really, really sorry about that.
We'll let you look it up for yourselves if you're not prolific Spanish speaker.
You know what? One of the things that I was a little bit about, to use a word,
crosswordese.
I'm telling you, was 40 across men's blank. For those of me who didn't go to law school, I have trouble with those. But I did look it up for my readers on Wordplay, and the answer is REA, R-E-A. I hope that's how it's pronounced.
Today you learned. It's almost like our crossword editor has a law degree. He's just wagging in our.
It's almost as if he does. And I found out something very interesting. It is a legal term that means criminal intent. It is not REAs that belong to men.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
It's men's as opposed to women's.
That's straightened right out. Exactly. As opposed to women's REA, right. Marilyn Johnson is here. She says, hello, Sam and Deb. Hi, Marilyn. Good to have you back.
Welcome back. Gosh,
Yeah,
I like all these fill in the blanks that are in the puzzle, Deb. We talk about
those
that
are
those are always great ways to break into grids. I mean,
more or
you
less.
just know that 56 across, so blank heard, three letters has to be I've,
You're
right?
right.
Has
You're
to.
right. But then we get 54 across.
Okay, they're not all
Wah,
super easy,
wah.
but they tend to correlate. You know,
You're right. I'm being too negative today. I'll say I looked that one up too, and the answer is lock sit, LOC or loc sit, which means that it's a footnote and it refers back to the previous content, but it also refers back to the actual page it's on. So I'm guessing that loc is short for location, like it's
some
telling you the location of where in the book that is.
It's. I think it's actually a Latin word, but it's like locator or something like that. I do not speak a
I
lick of
don't know.
Latin.
Billy
Uh,
Ha is asking, is 3D and 20 across inner ear? Love it. No.
ooh,
Wow.
balance regulator is a nifty Thursday clue. Is your
Absolutely.
inner ear, right?
Look at you go, Billy.
Nice work.
Yeah,
Usually, I'd say on a Tuesday puzzle, we might have wanted to say like where the cochlea is located. But
exactly.
this is it's an interesting angle
I
for this
wouldn't
one.
get that
We're
one
gonna need a
either,
few letters. Yeah,
but that's okay.
that's okay. All right, fair enough. Would you know your Oldsmobile models though? This is where I
No,
check out.
even though I'm old and I know that's probably what you were hinting at, I
No, no, no,
actually
Deb,
didn't
please.
I didn't know this one, but I did get it through the crossings, which is always a good
Thank
way to get
goodness
stuff.
for
And the
crossers.
answer is Sierra
Is Sierra,
with a
huh?
C.
So that, let's see. Well, fortunately, we didn't even need the A to figure out that the root in Polynesian cuisine is probably taro.
Right. And you want to know how it's really funny how you learn these things sometimes. You can
Yeah.
get inspiration and education from the weirdest places. The reason I know about taro root and Polynesian cuisine is from the first season of Survivor, the Survivor show, where they survived pretty much on taro the entire time, and taro was featured in probably every sentence they uttered. So that just kind of stuck with me.
So you're saying it lasted, it outlasted in your book.
Yep.
Um,
Marilyn says 7 down is TMI.
yeah, my
That's right. Get a room.
yeah, it could be that,
There
but
you go.
get a
Too much
room
information.
in particular, I feel like is more than just oversharing, but it's I don't need to see you both doing that
Yes,
disgusting
that
PDA stuff that you
PDA.
guys do
Yeah,
together. Still, TMI, perfectly cromulent guess. I
it's
mean,
very cromulent.
I'm all
Absolutely.
for it.
Billy Ha is letting us know that LOC stands for loco citato, meaning in the place cited. So thank you for that, Billy.
Well,
Today I learned.
today I learned, and I love learning new things when I do crosswords. That's what makes it so fun.
It is. Kathy O is saying that her family had a Cutlass Sierra growing up.
Okay,
There you
there
go.
you go.
Yeah.
Uh, I would
David
not be able to recognize it.
David Pierce thought it was an Alero, but that's okay. That would fit.
That would. That
Good
one
guess.
probably shows up in more crosswords than see. Oh, that would have been diabolical. Did you have blank blank blank? We hope we didn't. We don't want to
Oh,
trick you on
man.
something like
I just
Sierra.
realized that.
How about this? All good here. Blank M blank T.
Oh,
You can be I'm something.
I'm set, I think.
I'm set. And that gives us air with
Yes.
19 across.
Heretofore.
Heretofore.
Ariane, or no, air.
No, that's a book.
Yes.
Is going to be air now. All I can say is thank goodness now is right next to it. So we didn't have to rack our brains for a new clue for air on its own. Like
Exactly.
we'll take
Richard,
anything we can get.
right. Richard Treda is with us and he says 25 across is Ella.
25 across. First name in jazz is
Wow.
Ella.
Gotta
That's
be.
there are probably plenty first names in jazz to choose from, but something you talk about as you solve more and more puzzles, you're just gonna recognize what works and what doesn't. And that
Right.
practice really does make perfect.
And the trick
Ella shows up all the time.
Ella does. So does Etta
So does
Jane.
Etta. So maybe it's Etta.
But it could have been Etta. But the trick here is that it's not just a first name in jazz, as in a big star. It's literally a first name. So
Exactly.
that's what you're looking for in the clue.
Exactly. And I mean, also talk crossers. This one was a nice. It makes its New York Times debut, which I'm actually shocked about given the letter pattern. I know many a constructor has been faced with LW blank 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 before. The L word, clearing it as the new sequel series, Generation Q, starting in 2019. Love
That's
seeing an
awesome.
answer like this in a puzzle.
Yeah, it was a great show. I'm psyched that they're coming out with a series.
Yeah.
Let's see. Elizabeth Enderman thought that Seven Down. Oh, also thought that Seven Down was PDA. So thank you for
Excellent.
that. Yeah. Bruce Giordano is back with us. He says one across is icings.
Finishing touches of a sort. A nice, tricky Thursday clue, but
Yeah, you don't see that in plural too often.
you don't. But what I like is that this sort of thing, we want to ram home about crosswords, is it's not all about having such a heightened sense of trivia. You know this answer. You
Yeah.
just need some letters for it and be able to interpret this clue in a certain way. And then you've got it, right?
And you've got the crossings to help support you. So yeah, I'm honestly it, and this is something that Sam just brought up that I think is very important. Learning to be a good solver is not so much about what you know, it's about understanding what the clues are asking you to do.
Exactly.
And you can learn that. So I believe, and I'm sure Sam believes it too, that everybody can learn to do the New York Times crossword. It's just a matter of coming back day after day.
Look, to recycle, a phrase applied to many other things, there are two kinds of people in this world: those who love crosswords and those who don't know they love
Those who
crosswords.
are missing out.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Kathy Yo says 32 down is a Cosmo, and she's got some emojis there
nice.
that
I was gonna say
it might be happy hour where Kathy is.
It's hey, we can start happy hour after this
It's
stream.
5 o'clock somewhere.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere, just not here. Relatives of violas. This is interesting. I'd say the hard part is just figuring out how to write in the plural here. Because there are
Exactly.
violins, there are
You can't.
violas.
This is one case where you cannot just plunk an S in the end.
No. Well, I can.
You can do whatever you want. But
I just can't type right now. Forget it.
Yeah.
But that's going to be the plural of cello. Celli?
Exactly. Richard Treda was in the right neighborhood. He guessed cello, and then he corrected it to celli because I think what he saw was that the clue is plural and therefore the answer has to be plural.
Exactly. And well done picking up on that. I mean, that's half the battle, is just being able to identify what part of speech
right.
Is a certain clue asking for.
And
is
that's
it asking for plural?
Right. And that's what I'm sorry. And that's what I meant by understanding what the clues are asking of you. There are certain rules that the crossword clues are written that have to adhere to. So if you know what those rules are, you immediately become a much better solver, like tenses have to match, parts of speech have to match. And we're going to be going over that a little more today.
Oh, for sure.
Marilyn Johnson agrees with Chelly. Let's see. Nicole Xavier says 16 and 59 across look intimidating. Well, you know what?
I mean, we might hit a snag or two, but
they are. We're gonna look into those snags and we're gonna iron it out for you, Nicole. So not to worry.
I'm gonna count on you, Deb. I don't know too much about old wedding dresses.
Oh well, you know what? I think that is the emphasis on wet or old, Sam.
Okay, I'm gonna stop now. I feel like I'm just throwing up.
That's okay. Well, I think if somebody saved an old wedding dress for me, or if I had the foresight to save my old wedding dress for somebody, I think it might have sentimental value.
Okay, that's wonderful. Sentimental.
Oh, that's not working out very well.
Okay, I must have just missed.
I must have gotten that wrong.
Well, wait, there's an N.
Huh.
Well, we can check our crossers. Tiny beef is not
Richard
food.
Craig agrees that it is sentimental, but clearly not the way we think it is. It is knit.
And that's feds RG men.
Right, because it's plural.
It's senten. We might want to come back to this.
Okay.
But I'm talking that away. It's related.
Yeah, Valeria is here. Hi, Valeria
Hi, Valeria. It's later, past 5 o'clock where you are.
Right.
So enjoy the Cosmo.
I'm sorry, Sam. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say that it has to be. Wow. Never seen an upgrade before. It was incredible. Well, props on the construction. What were you going to say? Sorry.
Oh, that's okay. I've forgotten now. But Rusty B says 51 down could be guard.
Okay, I'm gonna get rid of WoW first. Could be guard. QB protectors informally. So it actually, I really, really like that because guard fits. This is another example of it's plural, right? The protectors. So it
Yeah,
can't be just one guard. But you know
right.
what?
Because of that rule where if it's a plural in the clue, it has to be
Mhm.
a plural in the answer.
Exactly. And you know what? If some O line is like Swiss cheese, then one guard might be doing the work of multiple. But here we're just looking for O line, especially because it has that informal tag. But you're certainly on the right track.
I
I'm
have
glad you
no idea
guessed that.
what that means. We'll have to ask you to explain it to me later.
Oh, sure. The O stands for offense. Sorry, or offensive,
Got it,
excuse
got
me.
it, got it,
So
got it.
these are the
Okay.
guards and the tackles that are, on either side of the center protecting the quarterback.
Today I learned.
There you go.
Let's see. David Pierce says, a question for later. Why did the explainer say 4 letters? But I will tackle that later.
We will tackle that later. It's a great
Yeah.
question, though.
Nicole Xavier says 9 down looks like it wants to be Rama.
It does look like it wants to be Rama.
Huh.
Is it Rama? Was Rama the god of destruction? We
I
can
don't
always check
know.
our crossers, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we'll get to that.
Okay.
Kathy O says 39 down is Esme with Love and Squalor.
With love
Poor
and
Esme.
excellent. Or Esme Squalor of the Lemony Snicket books.
Exactly.
Punning off its head.
Richard is apologizing for his wrong answer. Richard, please don't apologize. It's not a it's okay to make mistakes in this. This is a game. It's not the SATs. It's not a test. It is a game, and games are supposed to be fun. And you make mistakes in life, so that's okay. You corrected
Exactly.
it. You got it right, and I think you're doing great. Bruce Giordano says it looks like a rebus, Sam.
Looks like a rebus. Well, that's scary. I didn't even put the rebus button up. I hope it's not a
Yeah.
rebus.
I hope
But,
so. A lot of people were very confused about this on wordplay.
Interesting. Well, here, how about this?
So,
Custom auto accessories. Here we know the answer is going to end in S. So I feel good about that
yeah.
one.
I think it's going to be rims.
Rims.
Yeah.
Nice one. How about 17 down? A dipstick.
Dipstick.
Rolled doll.
Well, you have you have you could be a twit. I mean,
it could be a twit. I like that. Let's just
in your
go straight.
engine to check your oil. WAG 950 says 36 across is OXO, good grips. And
Kitchen brand, nice.
no affiliation here, but thank God for OXO grips things. I love your can opener.
And thank God for OXO just as a crossword answer. You can work in a little bit of scrabbly goodness while keeping everything nice and clean.
And WAG 950 saying good morning from West Hollywood. Good morning, WAG.
Good morning.
Yes. Nicole Xavier wants to know if 66 across is Poseidon, although there's not enough white squares for that.
Yeah.
Solar system.
It's beyond Neptune, not the same as. It's interesting. I like the guess.
Exactly.
I mean, interestingly enough, the P is actually correct because when we were just talking about SATs, something that might include an SAT score is a college app.
Ah, very
nice way to clue app.
Marilyn Johnson says 34 down is Laurie, as in Peter Lorre.
Excellent.
Right? The actor who played Man of 1,000 Faces. Bruce Giordano says 49 across is OEDs. That was a tough one.
Multi-volume ref. So another thing to just pick up on as you're solving these clues, 2 things. It's a plural, so we can put in the S. And there's an abbreviation in the clue for reference. So we know that the answer is going to be an abbreviation, right?
Right. That's another matching clue. The clue, abbreviation in the clue, abbreviation in the answer. That's these little rules, which you can find in the guide on wordplay on how to solve the New York Times puzzle, are all laid out there. So if you're having trouble figuring out what we mean by the rules and how you can become a better solver by understanding what the clues are asking you to do, check out our guide, and it even features 13 little minis written by some guy named Sam Ezersky, so you can practice your newfound skills.
Minis by me.
Minis, oh, man.
I had to. Sorry.
But it's okay. They're really, really cool. And they feature what you've just learned in the last chapters so that you can practice. I think that once you understand these little rules, like plural in the clue, plural in the answer, you immediately become, if not an expert solver, at least a better solver. And
Indeed. It's
going
all
from there.
about catching these little things. That's really it. You shouldn't, if we have done our job right as crossword editors, you shouldn't have to rely on so much trivia to be able to solve the puzzle. This is not a test.
No,
We want you to be able to finish this after all. And what
right.
fun is that if we're just plucking up a bunch of esoterica?
I have to say,
So,
I enjoy the trivia in the puzzle, and I always learn something from it, which is part of the joy of solving for me. But
sure.
you don't have to know it necessarily. And even
Agreed.
something like, I don't remember if it was this puzzle or another puzzle where you had to know the name of, some emperor in a very roundabout way. There's a way to figure it out, and we're going to show you that.
The crossers.
Yes.
If you didn't know Sierra, you got Taro and Air and whatever this is, and Mini
And
B
you
and
can
Icy.
fill it in bit by bit.
Exactly.
Eddie says 47 down is US Visa.
Oh wow, what a fresh
That's
answer.
a
Well
great.
done, Grant.
It really is, and good for you for getting it just on the S and the V. Marilyn Johnson says 41 across is scrimps.
Scrimps, fun
That's
word.
a great
Pinches
word.
pennies for scrimps. What's
Yes.
this?
Look at it. Oh my,
Got
it's
teeth.
got teeth.
Lots of things have teeth. Ears
Interesting.
have teeth.
Yeah, interesting tidbit historically. This word has not appeared in the New York Times crossword for more than, I would say, 30 years.
That's
And I
wild.
know that because of a reference I use. I'm surprised it didn't come up because of the Mike Myers sketch on Saturday Night Live called Sprockets.
I was gonna use a Dr. Seuss gag. I was gonna say there's a
Ah,
sprocket in my pocket.
uh,
Um,
that's
but
TMI stamp. But the uh, Eddie says 58 across is law.
is law. It can be broken but not fixed. That's because
That
it's
was a
just
good one.
idiomatic. Nothing more to it.
Right.
There are some laws that could use a little fixing, but that's another story.
I think so.
Um,
Rusty B thinks 65 across is sooner.
Sooner. Longhorn rival is a Sooner from Oklahoma.
See,
Indeed.
that I had to get through crossings because sports is just not my wheelhouse. It just
That
isn't.
might have been tough with O-line.
At
I hope
least I
that
hope
didn't
it
cause
was
too
a
much
sports
trouble.
reference. Otherwise, I'll be embarrassed. Look at us go. We're almost halfway there.
I actually think we're more than halfway. We got the little back.
See, I
But
didn't
let's
notice it.
roll. Let's bring this
All
on home.
right.
Second half will be good.
Bruce Giordano says 67 across is aspens.
White barked trees are aspens. That's another one. Like I couldn't have told you off the top of my head that aspens had white bark, but you
No,
have A blank blank E blank, and then you are pretty sure that it's an S, right? Because it's
absolutely.
plural. So you take an educated guess and you say, I wonder if this is aspens.
Right.
Maybe that'll help us with
Yes,
63 down to see top as one up,
exactly. I was
right?
just going to say, can we kill off 57 and 63 down? Let's try 57. Grandson of Adam and Eve. That was a tough one, but with all those letters, I'm going to say it has to be Enos.
I was gonna make a joke about you said can we kill off 57 down, and I was gonna make a joke on baseball player Enos Slaughter, but that
Oh my
doesn't seem in
God.
good taste.
No, no.
Let's move down to 52 down. Dish served with a spoon and chopsticks. Blank
Okay.
A blank E N. We have enough letters
Rusty
for this now, I think.
Rusty B has it. He says it's ramen.
It is ramen.
But I want to pick a nit here if I could.
Please.
The answer to that could also be soup dumpling, right?
we know all
We
about
love
that, don't we?
our Xiaolong Bao here at the New York Times, and I was kind of disappointed, but ramen is also very enjoyable.
Yeah, it's also the only one that fits in the puzzle, but we'll have to work soup dumpling into a crossword. That seems interesting.
It would be. James C seems to have an idea of what's going on in the puzzle. Should we give it away?
I want to check out some more theme clues first, but I think we should
Okay.
check out the reveal
Well,
first.
he does. Okay, go ahead. classic young adult novel, or hint to the path taken by four letters in the starred clues. Huh.
Well, that tells us something. There's a path taken. I mean, well, that's not fair. If we're
Yeah.
given this a cross answer, why are we taking paths? It should just be this answer, right?
Well, James C. seems to feel that 45 across is Mortimer Mouse and that time is the rebus.
Okay, well,
Let's
I
try.
feel like it's not a, like, okay. So more, I'll plug in mouse.
Yeah, that you can definitely put in.
So we'll okay. How about let's check some popular salad dressing. I mean, we got an I and an
Oh,
L. That's
that's
what,
got to be Italian, one of my
Italian.
favorites.
And then oh god, request that's risky for
David
over
saying
18.
Deb is picking. Get out your fine tooth comb. Yep.
What's that?
Yep. That's David Scott Pierce says Deb is picking. Get out your fine tooth comb. Yep, that's my job, David. My job is to pick nits.
Is to pick tiny beef.
Yes. Well, can I just tell you how much I love that clue?
Oh,
All I can think of were miniature steers.
See, and I was thinking like sliders, just ordering some
That's good.
microscopic sliders with some tiny beef patties on them. I enjoy both of these visuals.
Well, let's move on. Oh, well, we did. Somebody else called out 48 across before and said the super's apartment often is 1A.
Is 1A if you have a live-in super. So okay, so more to like, is this a IME all in one script? We know it's Mortimer Mouse. What's
Yeah, it right now it looks like it would be Mortar Mouse.
yeah, right? So
Was
I
he
guess if
was
we
he a
put an E
character?
there. Request that's risky if you're over 18. Ready for this? It's a blackjack joke. It's
Right.
hit me.
I thought it was yeah. I thought that it was going to be something a little more risque than that, but it turns out to be
It's
a
just
blackjack
risky, not
joke.
risque.
If you say hit me when you have over 18, you're more than likely to go bust in 21.
Exactly. Nothing more than that. We'll leave it at that. So, okay, so
Well,
we've
people,
got it's
people are
Mortimer, but
starting to get it.
what's that?
People are starting to get it. And Maribont
Ooh.
says hello. Hi, Maribont. Nice to have you here.
Okay, but so where are the so let's start here. Where are the I and the M in Mortimer Mouse? Where did they go? Because those are
Well,
the two letters we're missing.
Marilyn Johnson and a couple of other people like Kathy Odahan have it. They say that the word time is a wrinkle that the T, the I, the M, and the E. If you go from the T straight up
Oh, it's right
and across,
above.
you get your I am and then back down to the and what that when you're reading left to right, what that does is it puts a wrinkle in the theme entry.
Oh my goodness. So this really is a wrinkle in time because the four letters to answer, I think is David's question from earlier. It's more and then TIME together form a wrinkle. It felt a little
Right.
weird to just mention the I and the M, right? It's more Timmer.
And that wrinkle spells out time. So it is, as the revealer says, a wrinkle in time. And
That's
Nicole
brilliant. How do you constructors think of this crowd?
I don't know, but Nicole Xavier's head just exploded. I hope she's okay. Valeria
Wonderful.
suggested it could be a rebus too. Not today, Valeria. It's a little well, I don't want to say it's simpler than that. It's just that it's a different form of it, so that the time it forms a wrinkle in the middle of the phrase.
Exactly. So
Yes,
with that in mind, we see that it's happening to all three of these starred answers.
exactly,
So
which is why it's a theme. Yeah. The sentimental is
T
at
I
16
M.
across. There you go. Sentimental.
So you were right about value. So we were close on Rama, but not quite.
Yeah. I think it could be, it's an odd spelling, but it could be Siva.
It's Shiva, like Shiva.
Right? It's
So
a very
there's that.
spelling.
Then how about this? Some reds. I'll put an S there. Reds are these shades of red. Is this wine related? Nothing to do with baseball because it's not capitalized.
No. Could it be clarets?
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
How about this languish? I love a clue like this where it's
It
just
is.
a
It's so
fun word.
dramatic.
What three-letter answer? What's that?
It's so dramatic. I
I
love
know
that.
it's so
You
dramatic.
kind of want to
Oh,
get
I
out your
languish.
you want to get out your handkerchief and dab your forehead a little.
Perfect. I usually actually when I solve crosswords, I hit myself in the forehead many times over when I figure out
Right.
these
You
answers,
form a little divot here, right?
rather than dab them lightly. But if we are to dab our foreheads with anything, maybe we'll want to use some lace doilies.
Doilies. Yes. Doilies are so nice. My grandmother had doilies all over her house. A lot of people are guessing clarets, like James C.
Excellent.
Nicole Xavier says 24 down is meat. MEAT.
Beef, e.g. So there's more beef. There's tiny beef and there's regular beef. So we get a side of extra beef with
There
this
you
puzzle.
go. It's a little, I can feel my arteries slamming shut as we do this. James C got doilies. Kathy O says quarantine often feels like time is wrinkled. Absolutely. We don't even know what day it is here
I only know that it's Thursday because we're solving
because
the
of
Thursday.
crosswords
Crosswords help me
live.
tell time.
Exactly.
That's it. That's why I do them.
All right, we are really killing this. Let's get it,
Very, very
get it
close.
done.
How about
This was
this?
one at 8 down that I did not know because truthfully I've seen them, but I always thought they were just drill bits. I didn't realize that they were hole saws.
Whole saw. What? So we have meat with a side of whole slaw.
Not coleslaw, Sam.
Okay, we're
Whole
going with
slaw.
whole
Whole
saws here.
slaw. Name
Sorry, sorry,
me
sorry.
do
It's
it.
not a barbecue.
Right. Uh,
Um,
Bruce Giordano says 22 down is owl. Oh, that's
some
a
nice
good one.
Edward Lear. A pea green boat in
Mhm.
rhyme. They ate with a runcible spoon. I love it. You eat your ramen with a runcible spoon.
Eliza Schlesinger is on Twitter today, and she's asking, "Can I come back?" Eliza, you
Yes,
can come back anytime you
please,
want. We
please
are
come back.
very, we would be thrilled to have you. I will get in touch with you, and we can do another one of these.
Please
In
come
fact,
back.
I wanted to mention, and I will remind people at the end of the stream, next week's guest is Adam Conover of Adam Ruins Everything. I am a huge fan of his, and he is coming to solve the Thursday crossword puzzle with us and ruin crosswords. I
Yes.
sincerely hope we don't get
Well,
fired.
I don't
But
think he's gonna ruin this puzzle. I don't think this puzzle will ruin him either. I hope not. This
I
should make
hope
for a
not.
fun
I
solve.
haven't seen next Thursday's puzzle yet.
It's a good one.
It's a good
Let me
one.
see.
All right, we're looking forward to it.
I'm biased. I happen to like almost all our puzzles we say
Is it
yes
one of
to,
yours,
but you know.
Sam?
What's that?
Is it one of yours?
Oh no, 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 no. Don't worry. I'm couching
Okay.
some modesty. Um,
Billy Ha agrees. Yes, please have Eliza back. Bradley Moore says 31 down is needs. Let's take a look.
must-haves are needs. We don't
Yes.
need to go too tricky with all our Thursday clues.
No,
Sometimes you just need a
because
letter or not.
there has to be a way in, right? So
Mm-hmm.
not all of the word, not some of them are going to be Thursday tough, but not all of them.
Not all of them. So here,
Richard,
okay, I was close on wow. It was
yeah.
just awesome.
And James C. and Richard Treda agree with you. And Valeria Silvestri also. So that's awesome. A word that I happen to use a lot. Um,
Tiny fabrics.
Lamaze.
Lamaze.
Okay.
Nice. Lamaze and
39
lamaze.
across is interesting. It looks like what I meant was. No,
Ah,
29 across.
what I meant was
Or what I meant was.
I loved, by the way, Grant in his constructor notes talking about reading this answer reminded him of Zazu in The Lion King, saying that, and
Exactly.
how he can't
The
read this
British
answer. What I
accent.
meant was,
Yes.
um, please have a
Seat.
Sean seat.
Right. Have a
That's better.
Sean.
Please
Right.
have a Sean.
Now James C is saying that 43 to complete 43 across would be didst. Why
I
didst thou
did
promise
no
such a
promise
beauteous
such a
day?
beauteous day. I didn't.
I love
Um,
I love a Shakespeare clue.
I do too. I go out of my way to look for them when I'm editing puzzles, actually. So I'm guilty
Love it.
for some of these. Um, disgruntled. Tough, tough, tough Thursday clue for this answer. But
Ooh,
hopefully we can use our crossers.
I'm going to say soar
It is sore. All right, you got it
because we
quicker than
got
I would have.
Y at 44 down, pluralized, like something E.
Like pennies.
And if you penny from penny to pennies, if it's pluralized. And
Doilies.
3 down, we have our terrific bit of crosswordese there, yours.
Yep.
Or if anybody's wondering, the ewer is, and why they see it in crossword puzzles, a ewer is a clay or ceramic jug with handles on the side that you might put wine in or olive oil. That's a ewer.
I was trying to make a pun. Nothing was coming.
No,
That's okay. That's okay.
Richard Trada thinks that 7 across is pH scale, and I loved this clue.
Love that. Bases make up a part of it. I personally was thinking baseball first, but you know.
But that's what it's for. It's there to trick your mind. Then you stop and you think about it and you say, okay, bases could be something else. What else would I use the word bases for? And a pH scale has the base and the acid side to it.
I'm glad it ended up being pH scale too, Deb. I was looking at PHSC blank blank blank, and I was just trying to go
freaking out, right?
I couldn't quite pronounce anything, you know, intelligible.
Yeah, right. Either that or you think, you know, possibly Will Shortz has lost his mind, you know. Just fill in any letters. We don't care. Valeria Silvestri and James C. are saying that 64 across is panacea.
Panacea. I love seeing just like a nice, totally normal, fun word that you don't see in every crossword in crosswords.
Exactly.
You know, like panacea, awesome, awesome, shrimp, sprocket.
People are really enjoying this. Nicole Xavier thinks it's clever. Bruce Giordano, man, was surprised. He was thinking infield. That's interesting.
Nice. Yep. We got you.
I stand corrected. David Scott Pierce says ewers can also be in silver and pewter. So I correct myself that they are not only in clay and ceramic.
He was saying that you were not quite saying the right thing. No. There we go. There's my pun.
Richard Trina has to go, but he says, thanks to the both of you. You make my Thursdays more enjoyable. See you both next week. Thank you, Richard.
Cheers. Thanks for joining us. You make this more enjoyable by
Michael Kruszinski has 66 across, which is interesting. This is going to complete the puzzle and it's going to close, but please stick around because we are going to look at this theme again. I thought it was really interesting. He says, planet X is 66 across.
Oh, I thought it was the postal code. Whoops. I thought it was the postal code for Plano, Texas, but they changed the O to an E.
But that would make once Onco.
Prefix with Logi.
Right. Bill wants to know why ease is speak.
What's that? Oh, yeah, this was a tricky one.
Yeah.
I didn't intend for this to be so tricky.
Notice that there's a hyphen before the word speak in the clue. If that means that speak is sort of a suffix. So if you're speaking
legal speak,
crossword speak, you might be speaking crosswordese.
Yeah, as you talk about your liu and your IES. And your look. Sorry, Grant, I won't dissect your puzzle.
Right. David Scott Pierce is still obsessing on you were, as in the puns on you were, but that's okay. We're going legalese, right? Exactly. Marabont is still with us. Let's go over very quickly, Sam. Let's go over the theme once again.
Okay, so just to smooth things out, we have, you know, sentimental value. Follow my cursor.
Right.
Yeah, this one's so tough to parse. What time meant was.
Right. So you're going up one. You're going up one from the T. You're going up one from the T and to the I am and back down.
Exactly. And that's all explained. You know, constructors can do so many random crazy things like this, but there always needs to be a reason why.
Yes.
And we on the editing side get especially excited when we see something like a constructor take a phrase like a wrinkle in time and interpret that as some, hey, look what I can do in a crossword. Right. I can literally wrinkle the word time and have it fun for you to solve and uncover. That's just brilliant.
It is. And you want to know something? You all can do that too.
You can.
You walk around and you notice odd things about words in the world you inhabit, you can gather a bunch of those, put them together as a theme set, and make a crossword puzzle.
Exactly. I mean, there's
And
a
we would
whole
love to
guide on
see your
constructing
crossword.
crosswords on wordplay, right? There's great
Exactly.
resources that about.
We do have a series of articles on how to make a crossword, but I also highly recommend, if you are on Facebook, joining the crossword puzzle collaboration directory. That's hard to say. Which is for people who are maybe in underrepresented groups, women, LGBTQ, people of color, who would like to make crosswords. There is another more generalized group called Cruciverb, also on Facebook, where you can ask questions. And the Crossword Puzzle Collaboration Directory and Cruciverb all have mentors online who are more than happy to work with beginners and show them the ropes. They are veteran constructors and they are very generous with their time. So if you are interested in making a crossword puzzle and submitting it to the New York Times, please check out those resources. They are also listed, I think, at the end of the How to Make a Crossword series, if you forget. And everybody is Marilyn Johnson is saying, thank you for your help solving this today. Wordplay helps too. Thank you, Marilyn.
Thank you.
That's what we're here for. Wordplay and Crosswords Live is here to help you solve. And we're also here to just wring every drop of enjoyment out of the puzzle, because
That's a great way of putting it. I'm gonna start using that.
Two-dimensional, intellectual test. That's not what the crossword is.
Words
the
are dope.
crossword is a fun word game, and we want you to enjoy it too. So yeah, people are saying this is going to this has made their day and they've enjoyed it a lot, and we want to thank you for being here too, because we couldn't solve without you.
Really.
This is just a reminder that next week our guest will be Adam Conover of Adam Runes Everything and the podcast Factually. We're looking forward to having Adam solving with us and ruining crosswords for us.
Exactly.
I hope you'll join us 1 p.m. Eastern on Twitter and YouTube in the usual places. Sam, thank you very much for joining with me today.
Always a pleasure. Always have a blast doing
right?
this. And seriously, solvers, you make this so fun for us.
Exactly.
We wouldn't be
Yes,
doing this
really.
without
Adam
you.
is going
Seriously.
to ruin crosswords for us. And we hope you'll join us again next week. This is Deb Amlen for the New York Times and Sam Ezersky saying happy Thursday.
Have a good one, everybody.